So what should feel comfortable is for a man to listen to his own needs and to live his own life. However, what can feel comfortable is being there for his mother and doing what he can to meet some of her needs. And this can just be what is normal, so he might not even realise that he is living in the wrong way. And his mother's needs could seem to be his needs. And so he might not be able to tell the difference. And one way of looking at this would be to use an analogy and to say that it's like there are two rooms. One room is his mother's and one room is his. But although there are two rooms, his mother has stuff, lots of stuff in his room. And so he doesn't know that his room is his room. And he is not even aware of the fact that his mother has taken over his room. And so due to the fact that this is what is normal, he won't have a strong sense of where he begins and ends and where his mother begins and ends. And so acting like he is just an extension of his mother is not going to stand out. And of course this doesn't mean that he won't experience anger and frustration and even be depressed, but he can do his best to cover this up. And so in order for his life to change, he will need an external trigger, a catalyst from out there to wake him up. And so if he was to get into a relationship or to have a breakdown, this can give him the push and allow him to wake up. And when this takes place, if he is able to see that he is living in the wrong way and that he needs to start to focus on his own needs and to focus on his own life, because of course he is not going to live forever, and every moment that he spends doing things for his mother is going to be one less moment that he won't have to live his own life. And at this point he could feel guilty and ashamed just for thinking about living his own life, let alone actually living it. And he could feel as though he would be being disloyal. And so even though he will have woken up, he can still have moments where he is asleep and he doesn't realise what is going on. But this will just be the first step. It will be a big step because, of course, unless he is aware of what is going on, then nothing can be done. It will just be business as usual. So now that he is aware, even if this is just during certain times, he will be able to do something. But as he will feel guilty and ashamed, he'll most likely feel this way and even believe that he is being disloyal. It will be clear that he won't just be able to draw the line with his mother, to dump her stuff back into her room and to take ownership of his own room. He won't be able to do this. And so there will be a lot of work that he will need to do. And if he was to go into this feeling of being disloyal for not being there for his mother and living his own life, one thing he can do is to imagine, assuming that he doesn't have a child already, that he has a child and he expected this child to be there for him. He would soon come to see that this is not right and that his child is not there for him, that his child is not responsible for him. And if his child was to live their own life, he wouldn't see this child as being disloyal. Most likely he would encourage this. He would want his child, perhaps his adult child, to live their own life. And if this meant that they couldn't be there for him, perhaps they had to move somewhere else or a different country, he would probably also encourage this as well. And this can allow him to see that this is irrational. Him living his own life is not bad. He's not being disloyal, this is what he is supposed to be doing. But due to the fact that his mother would have probably used him very early on to meet some of her adult and unmet childhood needs, he would have been conditioned to believe that he was responsible, or he is responsible for his mother, and that being there for himself is wrong, is bad. And so although realizing that it is irrational for him to believe that he is being disloyal, this will help him. If he can keep this in mind, this will help him to move forward. And the reason it won't allow him to fully draw the line is because he will have emotional wounds to resolve and trauma to deal with. But as I said, through keeping this in mind, it can allow him to see, and thinking about how he would be with his child if he has one and doesn't have one. It will allow him to see that he is doing the right thing. And another part of this will be his inner mother, because this will most likely be why he will believe that he is being disloyal, not necessarily because of the mother out there. His mother may not even be alive, but it will be the mother primarily that is within him that is keeping him in line. And so in a way he will need to kill his inner mother to create a new inner mother, so that this inner mother can be supportive and encouraging and loving and kind and be there for him, so that he starts to be his own best friend as opposed to his own worst enemy. So if you can relate to this and you can see that it is hard for you to live your own life and you feel as though you are being disloyal, then please keep in mind what I said. And if you need external support, reach out for the assistance that you need so that you can gradually live your own life and live a life that is worth living, because you are not here just to survive, you are here to thrive. So please don't suffer in silence. To find out more about the services that I offer and how I can assist you on your journey, go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk. I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.